After that, you could follow up with 15 USC 1681 S-2. So I had like a reel I put on social media where I was talking about deleting late payments, a 2-round method. And this is basically a 2-round method that you can do for collections and late payments as well. You could also send deletion letters to the CRAs. The CRAs are the consumer reporting agencies. So Experian, TransUnion, Equifax. You can use these different laws. You have a lot that you could use. So you can use 15 USC 1681A4, right? That just talks about the privacy. You can use 15 USC 1681B number 2. That talks about written instructions of the consumer. 1681A2AI, that talks about, experiences and all that. 1681A2B, and that talks about any authorization, which is anything that's basically on your credit. I'm not saying to list all of these laws in one letter, but I'm just saying, you have choices as far as what you can use. You could also do the FTC method. That's what we do as far as our automated credit repair methods. So you could also send affidavit if they're giving you problems. When we talk about week 3, when we talk about litigation, your win in terms of court is going to be based off of your affidavit. So I'm going to give y'all an affidavit template that I use that's powerful. If you ever had a one-on-one with me, I gave you the affidavit. But the affidavit I'm going to give y'all is going to be different from that because you always want to be working on your affidavit. So it's going to be a different affidavit. So if you ever had a one-on-one with me and I gave you the affidavit, it's not that one. It's going to be a different one. So just keep that in mind. You can also sue the company. When you sue the company, when you actually know what you're talking about, their attorneys are going to be like, okay, we could delete it. We could delete it off Equifax, TransUnion, et cetera. Because when you actually know what you're doing, when you're going through litigation, they're not going to want to mess with you. They're not going to want to pay that invoice. They're not going to want to do all that. So you can get those collections deleted if you want to go to court with them. And then best practice, I want y'all to do CFPB complaints, BBB, Attorney General complaints. That'll be helpful as well as far as documentation purposes. CAP podcast references, go to episodes 22 and 54. Those should be helpful as far as that. Student loans. So same thing, you can send a creditor 15 USC 1692G. One method that I haven't publicly talked about, I never talked about on a podcast or anything. This is just something that we've been using recently. 34 CFR 685.215 AIII. So this basically can help you get those student loans deleted. And if you look it up, it'll just talk about a false certification. So it's kind of just basically saying that they didn't have your permission to put it on there. So you can use that and you can get the student loans deleted as well. But sometimes when you send a debt validation letter, these student loans get sold off. So they don't have all the information as far as a promissory note and all that. So that's the way you can get it deleted. But look at that 34 CFR law as well. That can be helpful. Same thing with sending the deletion letter to the CRAs. You have all the laws you can use over there. We got them deleted too through FTC method. Affidavit is powerful as well. Affidavit is powerful for like any item because you want to prepare yourself as if you're going to have to take these people to court. Suing a company, we're going to talk about that in week 3. Same stuff as far as the CFPB, BBB, Attorney General. And then episode 23 of the podcast is where you want to go as far as getting that information.